Good afternoon, everyone. Merch Hunter Ricky here. We're going to talk about Fabricant 100 Chapter 30. What a chapter. 100%. We're just getting that out of the way. All right, there's a lot to unpack here. I think this is one of the chapters that had some of the most mileage for a chapter in this whole series, the short 30 chapter series so far. This chapter definitely gave us so much to unpack here, to work with, to chew on. Let's get into it. The chapter starts off with Fabricant 100 and the newly revealed Fabricant number 78. They're in the middle of their tussle, and Fabricant 100 actually gets punched in the face. But into their tussle, she starts thinking about the differences between her and Ashibi and how they're really nothing alike at all. And it's not just like a biological difference, it's like a fundamental morality issue. When Ashibi gets hurt, he doesn't really care because he wants to protect people. When Fabricant 100 gets hurt, it is 100% her prerogative to stop being in pain because she doesn't care about anyone other than herself. She straight up confirms it here. And during her tussle with Fabricant 78, the mimicking Fabricant, we understand a couple things about this new Fabricant. One, she has Yao flesh sewn into her blood. So after she gets decked into a wall, I think, she gets up and she, kind of like starts slooping her arm back together, and then she punches Fabricant 100 in the face. And this is what sets Fabricant 100 off. She gets a good, nice boom into the mouth, and she straight up Mortal Kombat fatalities Fabricant 78. She hits her into the ground and then just straight up in one of the most significant impact frames I have ever seen drawn, not just in manga in general, but even for American comics, TV shows. This is one of the coolest impact frames I've ever seen. Just her, or I guess panel, right? Her just punching straight through the center of Fabricant 78, which, I think it was stated that the core is located at a different part of each Fabricant's body. So this was an incredibly lucky guess. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that Fabricant 35, I think, or 33, his core was in his leg, and they had to reveal it with the button and all that. No. Fabricant 100 just punches clean through Fabricant 78's chest, rips out the core, Mortal Kombat style. I think Kano has that fatality. I could be wrong again, but oh well. Just holds it up into the air like a straight up trophy, like this one's on me, and just crushes it. Then she turns around to go and grab another Fabricant, Fabricant 86. This one is revealed to have special eyes that she uses to understand basically everything about a person before she gives the exact specifications to 78, who then copies it using her special skin. And I guess you could say, mixed with her Yao flesh, it really made her good at mimicking people. But anyways, this Fabricant, the new one, 86, is running away, and she is hiding behind a bunch of mirrors. As she's hiding behind it, Fabricant 100 walks in and gets stabbed in the back by her. But as she gets stabbed, Kugui steps in. And this is fantastic. I did not want Kugui to die. I won't take a W and say that I predicted he would live, because I definitely was unsure. And I know in my last two videos I was definitely like, shit, no. I don't want Kugui to go down. So I'm glad he's alive. He said he made sure she missed his vital organs, and that ended up being the deciding factor, the difference maker. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but does Ashibi get a single line of dialogue in this chapter? I really feel like he didn't get any dialogue at all, but that's fine. This is the story of Fabricant 100, and Ashibi is the main character, sure, but we do have to have a lot of focus on her now. And a couple things we learn in this chapter, because like I said, wow, this chapter gives mileage. Before we even get to the mirror room where Kugui steps in, Fabricant 100 goes to grab 86, and she tries to ignite her hand. The hand sewn on by the mort safe doesn't ignite. This is a big deal, like a big fat deal, because does that mean when she gets Ashibi's flesh, she won't have her powers? And to be fair, her power is not all that great. It sacrifices her body, right? She can't even use it anymore. But we see that she's not really hindered by this. She just straight kept chugging, and she does not really need extra powers. She is fantastic all on her own. If 91, not that many removed away from her, and now 86, again, not many removed away from her, are not really putting up a big threat to her. This means that 92 to 100, or 99, or I guess 98, 92 to 98 need to be like Thanos to her, like Fabricant 1 has his work cut out for him. He needs to sew them 100 bodies deep, sew them all together, honestly, because they're not, the way Fabricant 100 is just washing these clowns, it's I can't even describe how fun it is to watch her just annihilate her enemies. It's like, she's the final boss, but everyone else, all the other Fabricants, don't really seem to understand that, and they try to hold a candle to her, and it's not working. It's really not working, and Fabricant 1 really has to work around that, almost to the point where this man needs his own side manga explaining what he's doing in the background while we see Fabricant 100 do her thing. But anyways, we figure out she can't ignite herself anymore, so she's got to deal with that. Back to the mirror room. Kugui is using his Oculus Prison to help Fabricant 100, and he notes that, hey, look, I only got 2 meters on this thing. So, of course, who else comes back? Ayakao. But she does let us know her vitals have been struck. So, she's back. We don't know how for long, or for how long, and that's okay. I will be very sad if she goes. I like her obviously more than Kugui just for her longer stand in the series, and she has more development to happen, versus Kugui, who is basically already a fully fleshed out, developed man, and he already knows what he is and what he isn't. But that's okay, Also, Ashibi has to have more heartache, because the way he's acting right now is like, look, I'm invincible. You're not going to hurt me with my new blood powers, and nobody else is going to die because I'm the man and I'm rocking with the girl. So what are you Fabricants going to do? So he's got a lot of learning to do, and maybe the death of Ayakao will be the start of said learning. But back to the finish of the chapter. They combine their Oculus Prison, and literally she jumps over them and gets cut directly by Kugui. And I'm all for that, because if you like the Fabricants, I totally get it. They are pretty cool, but nothing's more satisfying than seeing these monsters get killed. And I know it sounds messed up, but remember, they're not really life to begin with. And furthermore, until we figure out what actually truly brought them back to life other than the lightning, like, why does Fabricant 100 have memories of not hers, or they might be her memories, but who is Saya? To the doctor, I think that was the name, Saya. But why would she be thinking about that? These are things that do matter, because then, if we get a reveal later on that the Fabricants were once living people, and not just living people, like a singular person, and given life by lightning via the core, that could change things for sure. But for now, they seem more like mindless beasts, and I prefer them to stay that way. This chapter in general really changed me, because, like I said, it gave us so much to work with and to chew on. Fabricant 100 can't just ignite herself like she wants to. Like, she can't do that. If she's going to be getting new parts sewn onto her, her power will not facilitate it. So this might kind of foreshadow the realm of her sacrificing herself for Ashibi, maybe. But, then we also have to deal with the fact that she is completely insane, right? Like, she's not just crazy. She is like a next level, ludicrous, like sadistic, evil crazy. Like, she's definitely just realized that her and Ashibi could not be further on the morality scale. And that seemingly bothered her in the chapter. And, okay, like, that's fine. That's good. Very alarming, very nerve-wracking, because now we know for sure we cannot trust this woman. And as much as I like Fabricant 100, I do like Ashibi more. I would like him, again, this is my agenda. I want her to go back on the deal with Ashibi, and I want her to let him live. I want Ashibi to want to live, one, and I want Ashibi to man up and tell her, like, hey, the deal's off. I don't thank you for your help so far. We've gotten rid of a lot of the Fabricants, but I don't want to die. I don't want you to inhabit my body, and I would like to live a life. So there's a lot to think about now. Also, you know, again, if Ayakawa goes, I hope it serves to strengthen Ashibi and not weaken him, please. And if Kugui stays, I hope that he will come back a couple more times, maybe join their crew, whatever. I don't really like Oculus Prison, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's like the weirdest bloodline trait yet. I hope some more powers come into the show and will make me appreciate Oculus Prison, but for now I actually think it's incredibly niche. And if I were, like, let's say we get like 5 or 6 powers ranked or later on, I think I would rank Oculus Rift as like, or Oculus Prison as like one of the like lower end powers that just happen to be in the hands of 2 really good wielders. Because, you know, what happens when they meet a Fabricant that is a sniper like the regenerating 133, 35, whatever he was, you know, and they don't got to worry about your 2-meter range, and the bullets they're shooting are really fast, or a Fabricant that flicks pebbles like Fabricant 100. What are they going to do realistically? Because I don't think they're going to have enough time to react to super speed, you know? Maybe they might, but it doesn't really seem to indicate that things slow down in the prison. It just shows that they are strong enough to withstand anything going in, and they cut them up, you know, they do their thing. And I like the power. I just don't think it's going to be as useful as maybe Inoshima thought it would be, or maybe as useful. Maybe Inoshima wants us to realize this power is not all that great. It's the users using it that are fantastic, miles above what most people are seeing. You know, we still don't even know Luca's power or Hugo's, for example. But we do know that they share some sort of genetic trait because they both have like super speed. Right? So, you know, these things are very cool, and it gives us more to think about. I always try to bring the agenda back that I want Ashibi to live, because we are going to have to hit a crossroads at some point in the story where Ashibi does, you know, either fully lean into life or fully lean into being Fabricant 100's future body double. So, you know, all in all, I really like this chapter. Watching her Mortal Kombat Fatality 78 was fantastic. I reread those panels over and over again. I zoomed in on each one. The fact that she had Yao Flesh, again, you know, that's crazy. But another nitpick. I don't really like that the Yao people are just getting one-shotted after having Yao Flesh, because obviously it's not that good. If someone can just reach into your body, pull out the flesh or the core, obviously Yao Flesh isn't all that great. It is great, obviously, for repairing yourself, but someone's going to figure out, other than Fabricant 100, that they just need to blow that core out of your body. And furthermore, why doesn't the Mort Safe just make all of this public knowledge, right? Hey, if you run across a Fabricant, call the police. Maybe they don't have, you know, access to a phone. Obviously they don't, sorry, but, you know, I don't know. I'm a little tripped up right now, but like I would tell the police, like, hey, look, when you guys get a call about a Fabricant and you can go do something about said Fabricant, shoot it, try and like blast it through the stomach or blast it through the head. If it starts healing, burn it with fire. Like, those are the 2 best options they have, because as soon as they get to that core, all they got to do is crush it. And that's that. But, you know, I like this chapter. It was a very good chapter. It was strong, and it had so much to it. And all these things, you know, Ayakawa might die, Kugui's back, Fabricant 100 can't ignite herself. Like, Fabricants using the Yao Flesh can't really do much just other than heal, and it's really not all it's cracked up to be. And, you know, Ashibi, I want him to come back into the fold, like full front and center. Next chapter, I need it like all about Ashibi. It's a very small nitpick, and I like that, you know, this is about Fabricant 100. This was, like I said, it was a good chapter. I feel like I'm just rambling now. I'm gonna cut the video here. Great chapter. Mortal Kombat Fatality has me all messed up. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.